Man, I'm so curious, but I don't say it out loud because the Tekken fans are gonna start opening their fucking mouths. But I'm so curious if they're gonna do a Tekken 8 or something else. I think 8 is an ugly number. I think 8 is an ugly number. You go any higher than 8 and you're gonna start entering Mortal Kombat territory where you got 11s and shit, double digits. And as we can see, it gets ugly. You know? Things get ugly. I wonder what they're gonna do. I always think, you know how so many franchises do like a reboot? I think Tekken should do a reboot. I think Tekken should do a full-blown reboot. Just make the next game called Tekken and make it a remake of the original, or maybe Tekken 2, or maybe a combination of 1, 2, and 3, or cherry pick the characters. I don't know, but just make it simplified and new. I think that it's time for them to take a risk like they did in Tekken 4. Pull that shit off, band-aid that shit. Tekken 4 was not received well, but it doesn't mean the new one won't be received well. They need to have faith in themselves and do something new. I mean, yeah, Korean backdashing is tight, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm glad it's not my fucking job. Then I wouldn't be able to eat. I don't know. Tekken 4 was definitely ahead of its time in some ways. I feel like it had a lot of interesting concepts that were never revisited again. I hate that. It had all these interesting concepts that were just abandoned. They never visited these ideas again. And they were cool. Wall tech. I mean, they weren't great, but the ideas were there. Wall tech and wall push. And, you know, hitting the ceiling. If you do a class 1 launcher in an indoor stage, they hit the ceiling and fall down. Oh, look at the kitty cat. There's other stuff too, you know. Uneven terrain? Dude, that is ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see that. Dude, Tekken 8 sounds corny as fuck, dude. I don't know. 8? That's a lot of Tekkens. That's a big number. You gotta do something about that number. Shit's getting too high. And you can't call it something like Tekken Infinite, because then God knows how Chun-Li's gonna look. It's gotta be a main game, not some spin-off. But it can't be, or it shouldn't be 8, because I think 8 is an ugly number. It feels very bargain bin-ish when the numbers get that high. It's like Jason, you know, like Friday the 13th part 7. You know, shit like that. Like, alright, Jason in space. MK11 does sound terrible. They blew it. Mortal Kombat had the opportunity because Mortal Kombat 9 was just called Mortal Kombat, right? They never called it MK9. That's just, we always called it. That's what we always called it. But they never called it MK9. They just called it Mortal Kombat. But then those schmucks, when Mortal Kombat 10 came out, they called it Mortal Kombat 10. That was a mistake. They should have either called it Mortal Kombat 2, or they should have not called it 10 and called it something else. 2 would have been amazing. You know, that would have been tight. Because everyone remakes games. Why don't you fucking remake fighting games? Remake, not remaster, not port. Like, just remake fighting games. They don't do that. Everyone else does. Like, you know, fighting game devs need to fucking... They're so in the dark, dude. Fighting game devs are in the dark, and they're getting influenced by people like, say, Jam Hussein, that want better netcode when they don't realize that no matter what the netcode is, it's never going to be good. You guys got fighting game devs chasing around this fucking, like, thing that doesn't exist. You got them chasing something, trying to fix something that they can't fix. And it's because you complain so much about that shit. They can't fix it. Say Jam Hussein. That's a good one. Anyway, they could do some dope shit. I think the brand has more power than they give it credit for, but maybe now it does. Maybe I wouldn't have said that back in the Tag 2 days. Tag 2 was ugly. No one gave a fuck. When people found out you played Tekken at a tournament back in Tag 2, it felt like when they find out you have like a terminal illness, you know? Have you ever, like, you know, think about that. Like, I just told him, yeah, dude, I got like 6 months to live. That feeling you get, that's how it felt. Hey, what did you enter? Tekken Tag 2? Oh, damn, man. Alright, well, you know, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Like I ruined his fucking day. You know? That's how it felt back then. But that's how little people gave a fuck about Tag 2. It was so ridiculous. And, you know, now it's totally different. Now,
thank you.
It's like totally different. Definitely, Tekken has gone up in stock because of 7, for sure. Definitely. And it's not due to the fans. Lord Mbassa knows. Oh yeah, rate, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about 8. That's a lot of Tekkens. That's a big number. In the comments below. Don't forget to ring the notification bell, amigos. And subscribe. We put out videos every day. With that being said, let's get right into it.